Hello, Bronies and Pegasuses alike. Welcome to our very first podcast episode to Equestria's Underground Radio. Thank you for tuning into the frequency. I'm your host, Daz, and I'm here joined by
Token.
Yep, and we are here to discuss a very, very interesting topic for tonight's episode. But first, Token, how you doing?
Very well.
Nice. All right. Anything interesting in the Pronigram universe? Anything, going on?
Well, not really. Same old, same old.
Yeah. How are you enjoying the Pronigram meme so far? As far as like posting and stuff.
Well, honestly, I think Instagram is just an outpouring of creativity for the Brony community, and I'm honestly so happy to be a part of it.
Awesome. Even though there's some algorithm problems, but of course, it's always
that's Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram always has problems with their own, with their own, the popularity whenever it comes to other people. So it's a headache. It's a massive headache.
But honestly, the fun of it comes from creating the memes and talking to the people that make this place special. So.
It does.
That's what matters.
Yeah. That's honestly that's more than enough of what matters. Because I mean, come on, would you really be there for the numbers, or would you be there just for the fan base? You know what I mean?
Yep, just there, chilling with the bronies.
Mm-hmm. And besides, I mean, you meet some people along the way. You meet some friends along the way. Like, come on, where's
I've met
the
some
fun?
Incredible people.
Yeah. Me too. Honestly, if it wasn't for the what's it called? If it wasn't for the fun and creativity, honestly, I wouldn't have never met Bookiepaw.co. I wouldn't have.
So many people that I'm so grateful to meet, and like I said, the creativity coming out of everybody is just so amazing to see.
Seriously, we have to stop making it about the numbers instead of, the creativity and actual engagement with the fan base.
Yep.
All right. So, on today's topic, a lot of people are going to be asking, especially at this time in the big 2026. And I wanted to narrow it down to one specific question. Is it worth being a brony in the big 2026? Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people here in the community, or maybe new to the community, or have heard about the community, are like, I know nothing about it, or I've heard something about it, but, never really got convinced of it. People don't know yet. What do you think? What do you think that that could be, a positive side of the community that people might want to join?
Well, I think when you talk about positive side of the community, something that always gets repeated is obviously the message of the show and the lessons that the show gives. That in itself is something that it should be a draw just by alone. And I think if someone is coming to the show and they're looking for that structure and that positivity, then our community just has that right off the bat. It's built right into the fiber of the show or the community.
Mm-hmm. And I also believe that, a lot of like the actual community itself, it has to do a lot with engagement. You know what I mean? Like engagement with other people, like actually saying, hey, I'm a big fan of this. Are you a big fan of whatever I'm a big fan of? And that right there, like, builds a bond between two people, or just one person with another group. And, it happens a lot than usually, especially when people want to go to another fandom or fan base of, let's say Minecraft. It's a huge community. Minecraft has a huge community.
Yep.
And obviously when you love something, you want to find other people that love the same thing that you do. So yeah.
And I'll add that not only in the age of social media, is it's so much easier to get connected with people who also share your interests. But specifically in 2026, I'm noticing more of an openness of people to accept different communities and accept different interests, and people are just more interested in vibing and collaborating with each other instead of, that kind of 2015 cringe culture kind of stuff.
Yeah, I agree with you. We just honestly, we just need more people to engage with each other, honestly, and stop just going against. Because I'm pretty sure like a lot of other communities out there are more intoxicated with toxicity from others, and that's the part that I hate most is that there's always that toxic side of the fandom, and
Well,
it's
I think you'll encounter that in every fandom. It's kind of unavoidable, but like I said before, just based on the messages that the show provides, the community kind of follows that, and you end up with a much more open community that is much more accepting.
yeah. It's kind of sad that some people that are in the fandom of My Little Pony is that they really don't get the message, and people that actually do follow some people that are more successful than others, it's like they build up that hate towards that person, which honestly it's kind of stupid.
Yep, it is. But what can you do?
Yeah, it is what it is.
Hmm.
Mm. But anyways, but yeah, there's a lot of things to to start with whenever it comes to being trying to be a fandom or a fan of something. I'm pretty sure I don't know if people actually like remember this. I don't even know if this website is still on, but do you remember Tumblr?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tumblr is like the main hub of many different type of fandom. It's kind of like amino apps. I don't know if you heard of it, but amino apps like had like an entire center or like yeah, like you're like a center of people that would just fan out on different other platform or not other platforms but other communities of what they are a fan of. Ye- Yeah, so it's basically like Tumblr 2.0. It's kind of like the Chinese version of Tumblr.
Okay.
Funny enough, actually, amino apps was actually made by Asians. Yeah.
Was it
Oh
big
man.
in Asia at all, or
Actually it was big in Asia, but I'm pretty sure it kind of moved on to us. Yeah.
kind of like TikTok, I guess?
Definitely. Definitely like that. Yeah, right here. So it launched in 2012 by Yin Wang and Ben Anderson.
Okay.
Yeah, so the app was designed to create a convention like community and allow fans to chat freely around topics like K pop and photography. In 2026, Amino Apps launched a centralized portal that allowed users to join communities without needing to download multiple apps. Because I did remember that before it was a struggle to find different apps in, towards the actual Amino app. So they just kind of just put everything into one place. Kind of like kind of like a big convention center, but on the digital web.
That's
Yeah.
an interesting idea.
hmm Yeah, it was. Until unfortunately, in January 2021, the founders were no longer associated with the application. They kind of just left it behind. Yeah. And then of course, the platform kind of seized on itself and stopped all operations in the later 2025. So yeah.
That is unfortunate, and I think that's something that happens to a lot of more fandom-based social medias and applications. Is that um, while each fandom individually can have a big fan base for that group, unfortunately, it's not usually enough to self-sustain a platform that would encourage more
hmm
collaboration and community.
Yeah. It's
But
unfortunate that some apps out there are actually, trying to work to engage people to engage with other people. They just, get wiped off the board by the actual um by the internet themselves. Yeah. It's just a lot of drama between people. Yeah. Sucks. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of there's like a huge variety of things that you could love first, whenever you first come within a fandom or a fandom. Like for example, um in the Brony community, you have things that are called oh man, what was it called? Ponygrams. There you go. I almost forgot. So, in the ponygram variety of the Brony community is basically, you know, you having a Instagram account that loves My Little Pony, and you can either, you know, just like put I don't know, art, memes, just random pictures, or you know, just pictures that you want to edit or Photoshop or anything like that, just around the general shtick of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Or you can just, you know, fan out to, you know, older generations or the newer generation. Yeah, that's basically what a ponygram is. You're just an Instagram account that likes MLP. I believe another one, and this is just going off of like, you know, much a much bigger bigger fandom, and not just because it's from a brony's perspective, it's more because of a writer's perspective. I don't know if you heard of Fallout Equestria. Yeah, Fallout Equestria is very known in the brony community, and I'm pretty sure it has how many words again? Hold
Quite a
on.
bit.
Oh gosh, Fallout Equestria word count 620,000 words. Spanning over 2,000 pages. Oh man, this makes it one of the longest self-published works in fan fiction. That's crazy.
And that
You
just shows the dedication of the Brody community.
Yeah, like that right there, dude. Like, holy crap. I mean, I'm a writer myself, but that's just too much. I mean, then again, I do have like 3 chapters out and I'm already at like 31,000 words. So,
Okay. Getting there.
yeah, getting there almost. But here's the thing though, is that when it comes to writing, slow burns matter. Detail matters. You know what I mean? Like, you cannot leave out detail. You can't. Because if you do, it kind of sucks.
Hmm. That's something else with the Brony community is that so many artworks and projects span such a long period of time that so much detail and so much effort can be put into it. And honestly, I don't see that in its in the amount that the MLP community provide.
Yeah. It's kind of sad that, you know, it's like that from our perspective is very it's kind of disappointing, honestly. I mean,
We're,
like
s- we're
we
spoiled.
what's up?
We're spoiled.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're spoiled. Like there's just a ton of people out there that are just after people within a fandom, you know, within within the fandom of people that actually like something, you know, like a product or a show or a game or anything. Like, people are just out there to get other people, and it's just sad, dude. Like, just let people express what they like, you
Yeah.
know? I'm tired of having to hear, um, uh, kids or teenagers or adults, you know, like, just getting told off, "Oh, you can't like this." For what reason? Well, for what reason exactly, you know what I mean?
Well, what are you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So what? I like MLP.
Right. So what if I like Destiny 2?
Yeah,
So what if I like Dexter? So what if I like My Little Pony? So what if I like uh Iron Lung?
exactly.
Which, by the way, uh props to Markiplier for that movie. It's pretty cool.
Banger.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute masterpiece.
Absolutely. I recommend watching it. It's pretty cool. So um yeah, like I said, back to the main subject. There is a wide variety of things to like from the community itself. As a matter of fact, what are some things that you like?
In the community,
Yeah, that people have made over the time.
well, personally, I'm a huge fan of the Dot Mub series. I'm not sure if you know. Absolute huge fan. I just love that satirical, humorous adult humor that's applied over the show and done in such a tasteful. I mean, it's not tasteful, but it's done in like it's so untasteful that it's tasteful. Like,
It's done in like a very raw, gritty type of
yeah,
humor.
and I just, especially that era when it was a lot of people were doing that more darkish humor. That kind of stuff I really really like.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, people just like it for some reason. Like you take colorful, friendly characters and you put them to a dark and
Yeah,
stingy universe.
that was such a funny series.
I mean, then again, that wouldn't really have happened. Actually, there's one famous fan fiction that really blew up. It's called Cupcakes. Remember that?
I think I know it.
You don't? Okay, well, there's this one video I think it's called cupcakes.mp4 where it's literally about Pinkie Pie torturing the shit out of Rainbow Dash. Yeah,
I know about that general idea or that general theme, but I don't think I've ever actually watched the fan fiction or read the fan fiction.
yeah. The fan fiction that I read, I'm pretty sure it's still up there. Oh gosh, if it's still up there, it's probably still up there. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so Cupcake is just basically a uh like just a fun little fanfic about Pinkie Pie just one not or not wandering around, um just taking Rainbow Dash and to her basement and torturing the hell out of her. And that's it.
Normal, normal Brony stuff.
Normal Brony stuff. Oh man. But yeah, so Cupcakes, the fan fiction Cupcakes was written by Sergeant Sprinkles. So yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if you if all you the audience out there want to actually see the or read the fan fiction, you're going to have to search it up on fanfiction.com. It's on there. So yeah. Just a friendly reminder, it's very graphic. Okay, so if you ever want to actually watch or not watch, well, I mean, then again, it is a video too. If you ever want to watch, search it up on YouTube. I don't know how it's still not taken down, but it's still up there. If you ever want to read the fanfic, it's on FinFiction. So yeah. And honestly, there's a ton of alternative endings that goes with Cupcakes, and it's just obnoxious. I'm not gonna read all of this. This is way too much. There's a total
Yeah,
of
just leave it off the show.
yeah. There's a total of 87 alternate endings. Now I'm good.
Yeah.
87, and most of them don't even make any sense. Like, what are you talk? The whole story was about Pinkie Pie's nightmare. For some reason, the story is a picture file. What? Oh gosh. Applejack saves Rainbow Dash when she goes to the bakery to see Rainbow Dash is late for the dinner party. That actually okay, that one right there makes sense. Oh man. If okay, I want somebody out there to actually like come up with a horror script of Cupcakes. If you make that and make it into an actual like horror story, props to you. Seriously. Cause bro, could you imagine like the amount of production and directing you have to do?
Well, with the way that this community is, I would be totally unsurprised. I mean, with
Yes.
how many alternate endings there are, and like just the amount of remixes and sequels and add-ons that people do to each other's content, it's just that's what I love about this community.
And it's not towards like just, original characters from the show. It's also like to others OCs as well. And you know what? That right there proves to you that bronies have a lot of creativity whenever it comes to this kind of stuff. I mean,
Oh yeah,
like, dude, whenever it comes to memes, I'm pretty sure you have your own ideas whenever it comes to that.
yeah,
There is one account out there on Instagram that's called Derpy.Derange. His emphasis on like all of his posts is nothing but derpy.
Yep,
Nothing but that.
and it
And
works.
and yeah, it does work. It works. And honestly, I have no idea how he does not run out of ideas. How do you not run out of ideas on that, dude? When is evolving around one character, how do you not run out of ideas? That doesn't make
And
any
it's
sense.
not just one character. He posts every day.
Yes, exactly. He posts every day.
So yeah, the creativity, the effort that's put in, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah. I have no idea how he does it.
But I'm
He
glad he
had this.
does.
Yeah. So he's had this account for 140 days. And the amount of posts that he's posted is 139. How do you keep up with that, honestly? Does he not have a life outside of Instagram? Come on, brother.
Well, his life is
Uh,
exactly what he makes it.
yep. His life is Ponygram. That's
Yep.
it. Oh man, I'm so glad I showed him the ways to do it. I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I invited him to the Ponygram community. Otherwise, he wouldn't be where he is right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's another thing is we're always bringing in other people, like
Mhm.
constantly. I mean, I've talked to one guy today who was talking to me, and he's literally fresh off the boat. I mean, started wa- he started watching probably about a couple months ago, and I got to talk to him about his experience on being so fresh to the community and what he thinks, and it's just amazing to see.
Right, and it's honestly really cool to see other people wanting to be a fan of something, but they just don't know, like, where to start. Honestly, start with the show. Do not start with anything else that is involved, fan fiction or the ponygrams or, the tumblers out there or anything else. No, don't start with just those. It's, don't start with the community made content. There you go. Start
Yeah,
with the original made content.
yeah, because
If you
everything
don't
is based off the show.
Yeah. If you don't, consume the very first content that started this whole thing, it wouldn't really make any sense. Yeah. I mean, like, dude, you have to consume the content before you can, spread to a wide variety of the content, you know what I mean?
I mean, the show itself, it's 9 seasons long, and then you have the EG movies, you have specials, you have comics, you have so much that is base
Yeah.
then that you build off of after that. And then after you finish watching all that, then you get into all the fan made content. That is lifetimes worth of content.
Mhm.
You will not run out.
Yeah, no, yeah, you won't. And that's another thing that I'm so proud of, like, being part of this community is that it will never die. It will never ever die.
No.
As a matter of fact, this community has started off ever since 1887 or not 1887, 1987. At 200 years. Could you imagine?
It just keeps coming back
Oh
and
man.
evolving and growing and it's yeah,
Oh
what a
gosh.
community.
It's like Michael Apton, but it's or no, not Michael Apton. It's like William Apton, but it but it's the MLP content.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude. But yeah, 1987 is when the official like fan base actually kind of like grew into that. 1985, I think it's when the first ever show of My Little Pony from G1, I believe, right? Yeah. So G1 actually released in 1985, I believe. Hang on. G1 MLP release. 1982? Oh, the
Okay.
fan base was started in 1985. Gotcha. Okay. Funny. Me too. Nice.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah, that is a long time ago. As a matter of fact, that's almost what, 45 years. Wow. So yeah, those of you that are listening, basically, like what we're talking about is that there's a large variety of stuff that you can start off with, but you know, mainly focus on the show if you are you know uh barely a newcomer or you're trying to poke around, see what's really interesting. watch the show first. Watch the show first. As a matter of fact, I actually saw a couple of like YouTubers on YouTube reacting to MLP.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I can find something. I believe I found a channel on here. Here we go. So there's this a YouTuber that's called We Last React. Yes, she's Scottish. It's pretty cool actually. So 2 weeks ago actually she barely started My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and she's already hooked onto the show. She loves watching the show. And I'm like, wow, this is so cool. Like, people are actually trying to put reactions onto the show. Wow, what?
No, and it'll continue because the show is timeless. Like, it doesn't matter how long passes since the show ended, there will continue to be a strong fan base, and there will be continue to be people interested in joining that fan base. So
Mm-hmm.
it is it is a timeless, forever community.
Yep. And just by like looking at the channels and stuff like that, and like other people, starting to react to the show, whether it's been like a year or two or just last week, it doesn't matter. There are people that are starting to actually react to it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what? Since when?
Well, since forever, and it'll continue because, like I said, it's timeless, and people will want to react to it because it's adorable and it's awesome and
Hmm.
it's funny. So
Yeah. A lot of people have like shot random arrows at the shows and whatnot, and trying to see where to start, how to start, or whatnot. What is your input on that? Like, what would you recommend to watch first, especially in this generation?
well, that's an interesting question because, like you said, obviously the starting point should be the show itself. But if you're trying to get people into it, I think, honestly, I think Ponygram and the community itself on Instagram is such a great starting point because it fuses the show and humor and funniness and drama and everything that really inspires a strong sense of I want to be in this. Um, that I think you should start on shorts like Instagram or TikTok because then you get the full picture in a small package.
Definitely definitely a worth looking at, especially from like a newcomer's perspective. You never know what you might find whenever it's other platforms and whatnot. But just by what Token said, guys, come on, come on, start with us, Ponygram folk. You know what I mean? I mean, we didn't continue this far just to be ignored. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on now.
There are some incredible creators on Instagram,
Funny
and
ones at that too, and the very unhinged ones.
yeah, absolutely. And like I said before, Instagram, it's one of the strongest bases of the community right now as it stands. So if you want lots of fresh content, Instagram is the place to be.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people within that fan base, or that platform, should I say? I mean, the fan base itself is pretty big. It's pretty huge. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, the entirety of the Ponogram community, it's definitely, I recommend it too. It's definitely worth looking into. Um, but what about as far as like the show goes? What do you think?
Well, for the show, I think, I mean, you could go about this two ways. You could say, be a purist and just watch from season one onwards. But if you'd ask me, I think watch season five. And I say that because season five was an interesting time period where they were experimenting with new animation styles. And I think that just hits like it'll grab your attention more. And while like season one to three and three onwards are obviously classics, I think if you want to get a really funny picture of what the show is all about, then I think start with season five.
Yeah, if you ever wanted to, just start off from anything else. I mean, Gen 4 is a really good show to start off from. And, just like you said, uh season 5, Gen 4 is honestly really worth the time to invest and, to watch.
But I will say, if you're interested in getting into the community itself, then just start from season 1 and just watch the show in its
Mhm.
entirety, because then you'll get all the references and what
Yeah.
everybody's talking about.
Yeah. Or if you ever want to be an oldie, go back to Generation 1, which honestly Generation 1 is very very hard to find. Like if you can find all movies and all episodes of Generation 1, man, you have gold in your hands.
I didn't know
Seriously.
that.
Yeah, I believe it is really hard because nowadays in our digital age, there's there's a lot of like cuts and corners and stuff whenever it comes to Generation 1. Generation 3 is definitely something worth looking at because I believe Generation 3 is a good start for, if you want to if you want to be like you want to if you want to be like old school, then sure, why not? But if you're within this generation, I'd say, Generation 4 or 5. So yeah. Also, I like how you mentioned season 5. It
Well,
wait.
I'm a little bit
Actually,
biased because season
yeah.
5 is my favorite, but I do stand by what I say.
Yes, I was about to say season 5 is my favorite as well. I did not know it was your favorite too.
Well, I mean, great minds think alike.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, season 5 is my favorite too because not only of the lore perspective, but also like, it introduces a character in there, which I'm pretty sure is pretty obvious.
Yep,
Yep. Good old Starlight Glimmer, my
everybody's
favorite.
favorite.
Well, yeah, everybody's favorite. I don't know. Well, a lot of people have been saying like, well, oh, we don't like Starlight Glimmer, or oh, we love Starlight Glimmer. A lot of people like are overpowering on the oh, we love Starlight Glimmer. Why? Because everybody hates her. She's stupidly powerful. She's insanely smart sometimes. So yeah, I mean, I have no idea. But you know what? Let's leave that topic about Starlight Glimmer for another time because honestly,
Yeah, yeah.
it's we can honestly go on and on and on about Starlight Glimmer. So yeah.
Lots to
Now,
talk about on
yeah.
her.
Now, a lot of people have been have been investing money and time into this very expensive hobby, which is going to conventions. Now, conventions right now, as far as like the Brony community goes, are thriving. The highlight that 2026 is packed with events like HarmonyCon, which is in Dallas, by the way. I'm very freaking jealous that I can't go. Sequestria Fest, which is in Maryland, Brony Scott and Scotland, and I'm pretty sure there's another one coming up, up in Oregon. I believe in the state of Oregon. I just don't know what
Okay.
it's called though. But yeah, there is another BronyCon coming up for that.
So amazing to hear that there's so many
Yeah,
conventions.
yeah, exactly.
So long after the show ended too.
Uh huh. Right? Like, dude, a lot of people like to continue on with the fan base. And, like, it's like I said, it's sad that a lot of people just wanna, like, destroy it because they give a bad picture or a bad perspective on what is shown in front rather than what's shown in the background, you know? Like, you have no idea what goes on behind the curtain. You have no idea. But yeah, so conventions. I know for a fact I never really went to a convention before. I never really did. I mean, like, the only thing that I ever went to that is, very very huge is either like Disneyland or Six Flags. Six Flags Magic Mountain. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never been to a convention either.
yeah, me neither. I never been to a convention before. I mean, I would love to. Don't get me wrong. I would love to, but I don't have the time or money for that. So
Time and
yeah,
money.
yeah, time and money. Time and money is just to go over there to one place I'm never gonna come back to support cartoon horses.
Exactly. But I do want to do it at least once, just for the experience.
Same, honestly.
But yeah,
At least maybe like once per every 3 years, 2 years, maybe at that. 3 years at most.
I think one would be enough for me.
Yeah. Just one per year. That would be enough for me. So yeah. Also there is another thing I want to talk about, which is the Generation 6. There
Okay.
has been rumors and there has been talk about Hasbro coming up with Generation 6. Me, if I'm being honest, I really, really think that Generation 6, like, okay. I'm more on the side on it's gonna be a big flop than this is gonna be a really good comeback generation.
Well,
I don't
the
know.
the question is, did Hasbro learn from G5?
That is a very big question because I really and honestly, is not up to us to answer it. It's more like up to Hasbro to answer that
Yeah.
because I can never say, oh hey, Hasbro learned from their mistakes. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and give them another chance. We already gave them another chance whenever it came to Pony Life.
Well, honestly, you have to ask yourself, are you ever not going to give Hasbro a chance?
I honestly, I don't know. Ever since Generation 5 MLP Make Your Mark, ever since then I was like, I don't even know if I even want to watch anymore.
And that's fair. But I mean, if they come out and say, "Hey, we just made a new MLP series," are you really just going to ignore it completely?
Not really, because I mean, let's be honest. I'm I'm a big diehard fan uh for um for MLP. I am, and if it ever comes down to it, for like me to actually like watch it, sure, why not? I would give it a whirl. I'll watch the whole thing just in one sitting. And hey, you know what? If you come out with more episodes, sure, I'll watch those. But if it flops and if it makes the community worse, then that's where I lose my respect for Hasbro. I'm just terrified that part is gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you also have to separate Hasbro from the actual show
That is true.
because, like in the original years, it was Lauren Faust that was really leading the charge on the show, and I know she only stayed very temporarily, but I mean, G5 feels more like corporate control. Like they tried to take over the brand and not let it grow on itself. So maybe there's a chance that in a future series, they would allow what G4 did to happen, which is allow the community to grow, allow the show's producers and writers to to do what they do best. And I think they could do it, but G5 definitely left a bad taste in my mouth, so we'll have to see.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see about G6. People are actually calling it like the new hope. Which honestly I don't know. I don't want to agree with it, but at the same time I kind of do. I still have some hope for the
Well, I
company.
want it to do well,
Me too.
obviously, but I mean, you can't force it.
Yeah, can't force it. And the other thing that you talked about, corporate control. Yeah. Honestly, G5 just felt like that because you can even tell like where the effort was going to. There was hardly anything, man. But they did say that the original cast from G4 is going to be there. Okay, if it's going to be there, make it good, make it worth watching. Actually, no, better yet, not worth watching, worth rewatching. There you go.
Exactly, exactly. But I think if a lot of the original cast is there, I think there'll be a big incentive to make it good.
Yeah,
Because not only will they not allow it to be bad, I think their input will make it good, and I think Hasbro will just recognize that if they make it bad, they're tarnishing the names and reputations of all these people that have brought them so much good content.
Mm-hmm. And also, if other if other newcomers or stuff like that, just wanna find out more about the fandom, and they see this happening with G6, uh, if I was in their shoes, I wouldn't really want to step foot in that.
Yep,
Content is fun though, made by the community.
absolutely. And I think that part is a huge draw for people
Hmm.
because the show is one thing. It can be really, really good, but if you watch the show and then there's nothing beyond that, what's the point of the community
Yep.
if it's just people just staring at each other?
Yeah, because honestly, like, could you imagine? Could you imagine if there wasn't a fan base or there wasn't a fandom for the MLP community? I mean, it would just be like, oh yeah, we watched the show, it was pretty good. Now what?
Yeah, but luckily we can answer that question with endless amounts of content. So,
It's kind of like what's his name from Finding Nemo when he goes, now what? Oh gosh, I forgot his name. The the puffer fish.
oh, I do not remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. Damn it. Whatever. Okay. Anyways, so okay, so let we have to be honest about the challenges that the community has been going through. It has been. What's it called? The challenges like the G5 hangover. You know, I mean, we were just talking about it. The G5 stuff that didn't really live up to the expectations like G4 did.
Well, a huge problem with G5, I think, is the fact that the movie, the first introduction to G5, was actually really good, and I think
Hmm.
that raised the bar so high that no matter what Hasbro did, they couldn't match that, and so it was doomed to fail from the start.
Yeah, they just made the movie, and we were all like, "Oh, it's pretty good! Wow, amazing comeback or not comeback, but amazing addition to the MLP franchise, Hasbro. Thank you very much." And then they came out with the show, and then yeah,
You know something interesting I learned? The G5 show, not the movie, but the show, was actually animated using a game engine.
really,
Yeah,
I did not
and that
know that.
explains that explains a lot. If you actually rewatch the early seasons, a lot of the filler scenes are literally just game cutscenes. They're animated exactly the same, and that was obviously done
What?
to cut costs. But
We have been
yeah,
lied to, people. We have been lied to. That's it.
yeah,
That's it. The great conspiracy of Hasbro. They're using Unreal Engine for their shows now. That's crazy, dude. What? How am I barely just finding out this information, bro? What the? Oh my
and
gosh.
I did watch a little bit of the early seasons, but I didn't watch beyond that. But from what I've seen, they did improve a lot going forward. But I mean, the first impression was so bad that I just never continued.
No wonder the animations was so ass. I was like wondering why. What
And it's
the?
it's dead obvious now that you look back at it. It literally looks like a video game, a badly made video game at that.
A badly made video game. Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like the Black Ops 7 uh conspiracy all over again.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Actually, I had a friend telling me about their thoughts of Black Ops 7. They literally just said it feels like a mobile game.
Well, I mean, it's the same copied pasted game. So
And honestly, that kind of stuff, I really, really hope that, Hasbro doesn't do like just a copy and paste or they use AI for this type of content. No, bring back the actual writers, bring back the actual effort, bring back the love for the franchise. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. And unfortunately, shitification is a bad problem in today's society. But that is
Hmm.
a whole nother conversation.
Yep. They just kind of like, just gave Generation 5 a whirl and they realized, oh shit, it's not working. Pack up and leave, people, because we're not here anymore. And I kind of just hated that Hasbro did that. that they just, packed up and left the community behind and said, "Sorry, we're not making anything else
Yeah.
due due to our efforts." There was no
Well,
efforts.
they can't make money off the communities.
Nope, they can't, because I mean, like, the community evolves around people itself. It doesn't evolve around money. That's why they're like, oh well, I mean, people are not really generating any money for us, so we're just gonna have to, like, say goodbye, bye, and they just left
Yeah.
us there in the dirt
Yeah.
with literally. It's kind of like that one meme where that Tony Stark was able to build this in the cave with a
Oh,
box of scraps. Just replace that and say the the Brony community was able to build this in a cave with a box of memes.
I might have to make that.
Ooh, you should make that. That's
Yeah.
actually a really good meme idea. That is. Just put like a voiceover over it. Just change the lines.
We'll make that.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, like I said, people, a lot of you out there that are listening to this, I mean, look, there's a ton of stuff that you should look into, and there's a ton of stuff that you shouldn't look into at first, maybe. Maybe at first. But still, if you ever want to do whatever you want to do, if it's hey, look, if you want to start off with, an oldie show in Generation 3, by all means, go ahead. But if you want to go ahead and search up something on Rule 34, then hey, you know what? That's all you.
Yeah.
That's not me. But yeah. We love the show, people. We do. We love the franchise. We love the community. I mean, hey, me and Token wouldn't really be here if it wasn't for you guys and for the franchise. Yeah. So
I'm here to create content, to share my love for the show, and hopefully inspire other people
and that's good.
to also partake in the show.
And that's good. I mean, me myself, I tried to do memes for a change. I did it for a while, but couldn't really catch up with it, and it got to a point where it was annoying, and that was that was my stance, though. That was where I draw the line at. Like, I can't really do it. So now look at
Yeah.
me making music, writing fan fiction for the community, and also photoshopping.
Well, you got to do what makes you happy.
Yes, sir. And actually, I enjoy that. Just do what you enjoy, people. Honestly, watch whatever you want to watch, play whatever you want to play, do whatever you want to do. Don't let people stop you from liking ponies.
Yep. Whatever
Uh,
you like is what you like, and don't let anybody tell you that's cringe.
yep.
Don't let anybody tell you you can't do that, because what's the point of life if you're constantly comparing yourselves to other people?
Don't stop you. The only person that can stop you is you. That's it. All right. Any concluding thoughts, Token, before we hop off for the people here?
Well, I just want to again express my gratitude for this community. I'm so happy to see it grow and continue well past the show ending. I would love to see any other community or fan base that has lasted this long. Like you said, since the 80s. So let's keep it up, guys.
Not the 1800s.
Yeah.
Not the 1800s, the 80s.
This is a generational fandom. This is something that's beyond all of us as individuals. So let's keep doing what we do best.
Yep, let's keep it up.
Enjoying horses.
Let's keep it up, man. All right. So yeah. All right, Bronies and Pegasisters alike, thank you for tuning in to tonight's frequency. This is Equestria's Underground Radio, and this is our very, very first episode for you guys. So thank you very much. Yep. Woohoo! Give yourself a pat on the back. Seriously, come on now. I mean, like, dude, we went through so much trouble to making this episode and making this podcast to even start just for you guys. So yeah. Yeah, like I said, thank you for tuning in to tonight's episode, and we'll see you guys in the next 2 weeks.
Peace out.
Good night.